You sent the email 4 hours ago. It can't be unsent. There is nothing left to decide about it. And here you are, opening the sent folder for the 5th time, reading your own words as though they might have rearranged themselves since the 4th. Notice what you are actually checking, not whether the email is fine. You settled that on the first read. You are checking whether you can finally feel certain that it is fine. And the feeling arrives, briefly. It lasts about 30 seconds. Then a new angle occurs to you, the tone of the second paragraph, whether you should have copied that one person. And the feeling leaves, and the folder opens again. This is the 9th essay, and it sits under everything we have covered so far. The replaying of conversations, the analysis that never concludes, the reassurance that never holds. Those were behaviors. Tonight is the engine underneath them, the demand for certainty. And the first thing to say about it is the least comfortable. It is a craving that has learned to impersonate a need. A need has a completion condition. Hunger ends when you eat. Cold ends when you warm up. This does not end when you check. And that is the whole tell. If checking could satisfy it, the second check would never have happened. You would have verified once, felt done, and gone to bed. You did not feel done. You felt done for 30 seconds. That is not what satisfaction feels like. That is what a dose feels like. The craving almost never says, "Make me certain." It has better manners than that. It asks reasonable questions. Am I sure? But what if? Should I double check? Is this really the best option? Each one sounds like diligence. Each one sounds like the kind of question a careful person asks. And you are a careful person, which is why the costume works on you. Here is how to see through it. A genuine question is satisfied by an answer. Ask a genuine question. Receive a good answer. And the question ends. These questions do not end. Answering one summons the next. You confirm you are sure. And what if arrives. You address the what if and should I double check arrives. They are not 4 questions. They are one request wearing 4 sets of clothes, and the request underneath is always the same. Make the future guaranteed. Watch it operate across a day. You ask your partner whether the decision was right. They say yes. It holds for a while, then thins. So you ask a friend, phrased differently, so it does not sound like the same question. Then at night, you ask a search engine in a third phrasing. Or the symptom. You have read that page before. You could recite it. You are not looking for information. You are looking for a feeling, and the page has stopped producing the feeling. So you search again, with slightly different words, the way a person shakes a vending machine. Different questions, same customer. And the customer is never buying what it says it is buying. So why does no answer ever land? Not because the answers are bad. Some of the answers you have collected were excellent, thorough, informed, delivered by people who love you. They did not land either. The problem is not the quality of the answers. The problem is the completion condition of the loop. The loop wants one thing, a guarantee about the future. It wants to know, not estimate, not reasonably conclude, know, that the email will be received well, that the decision will not turn out to be a mistake, that the symptom is nothing. And futures do not issue guarantees, not to anyone, not about anything, not at any price. The mind is asking the world for a document. The world does not print. Sit with that for a moment, because it changes the diagnosis. The checking is not failing because you check badly. You check extremely well. You are, frankly, overqualified. The checking is failing because the thing it claims to purchase is not for sale. There is no fifth reread thorough enough, no phrasing of the question precise enough, no source authoritative enough to produce a guarantee about a future, because guarantees about the future are not a product the universe manufactures. So, what does the checking actually buy? We said it already. 30 seconds. 30 seconds of relief, of the alarm going quiet. That is the real transaction. Certainty was never on the receipt. Relief was. And relief, it turns out, is an expensive thing to keep buying. Expensive how? Here is where the old psychology becomes precise. 4th century Yogacara philosophers describe the deep mind as a storehouse, a vast repository where every mental act leaves a trace. They call the traces seeds, bija, and the strengthening of a trace through repetition they called perfuming, vasana. The way a cloth kept near incense slowly takes the smell. Nothing dramatic happens in one exposure, but every repetition deepens the scent. Now run the checking loop through that model. The urge rises. You obey it. You reread. You re-ask. You re-Google. Relief arrives. And the relief is the payment, not to you, but to the seed. The moment of relief teaches the storehouse, below the level of anything you would call a decision, that uncertainty is an emergency and checking is the exit. The seed is watered, so the next uncertainty germinates louder, and a louder alarm needs a deeper check to quiet it. One more reread, one more source, one more person asked. Tolerance, in the pharmacological sense of the word, built entirely out of questions. And underneath the economics, there is the deeper confusion, the one from the third essay. A mind that has mistaken its own renderings for the world will naturally demand that the renderings be made solid. Craving certainty is craving that your constructions behave like ground. The tradition had a name for that layer, parikalpita, the fully imagined. Constructions cannot bear the weight of ground, not because your particular mind is defective, but because that is what renderings are. Asking a forecast to be a fact is not a personal failure, it is a category error. Now, carefully, what this is not. It is not a claim that your concerns are silly. Some of what you worry about is real and consequential. The point is narrower. Real concerns do not become more manageable by being checked a sixth time, because the sixth check is not addressing the concern. It is addressing the craving. It is also not an instruction to endure uncertainty through gritted teeth. White-knuckle tolerance is still a relationship with the urge that takes the urge at its word. It still believes there is an emergency and merely refuses to answer the phone. The move is smaller and stranger than endurance. It is watching one urge crest and pass without being obeyed and discovering something the urge has been hiding from you. It passes on its own. The urge was weather too. You do not need the answer to stop asking, because, and this is the sentence tonight was built for, the asking was never about the answer. One modern note. Clinical psychology has arrived at a similar map. Intolerance of uncertainty is described as a core engine across worry conditions, and checking and reassurance behaviors are understood to maintain the very distress they briefly relieve. Different vocabulary, same circle. The resemblance is not subtle. And one plain line. If the checking runs your days, if the loop has hands on the wheel more often than you do, a real person, a trained professional, beats any video ever made, including this one. This channel is a map. Some terrain calls for a guide. So, tonight's practice, it is called the one uncheck, and it is deliberately small. Choose one thing tomorrow that you would normally verify twice, not the biggest thing, the smallest, the stove you already looked at, the email you already proofread, the message you already reviewed before sending. Verify it once, properly, with your full attention. Then leave it verified once. And then the actual practice begins, because the urge will come. It will rise, and it will argue. It argues well. It has your vocabulary. It will offer you every disguise from tonight. Wow, are you sure? What if? It will only take a second. Do not debate it. Debating it is checking with extra steps. Watch it instead. The way you would watch weather. It rises, it peaks. And if it is not obeyed, it passes. Time it if you like a number. The crest is usually shorter than the worst argument for giving in. Be clear about what you are doing. You are not proving that you were right to skip the check. Maybe the check would have found something. Almost certainly it would not. Either way, that is not the experiment. You are watching one wave. Learn that it is a wave. If you obey the urge instead, fine. No penance. There will be another wave. There always is. Next week is the last essay of this arc. 9 essays of machinery and exits. So what actually changes a mind? Not insight. You have had insights before, at 2 in the morning, and woke up the same person. The old texts point somewhere lower. They point at the base. That is where we end. Until then, you do not need the answer. Seen is enough.